Being a female in the 1950s, what was like, how were you treated differently from like guys and stuff?
We did the cleaning, the guys did the work. We didn't cut grass, we cooked, cleaned, pulled curtains down, things like that, but we didn't cut grass. And
Even like as a teenager it was like that, or was it like a little bit?
yeah, until we got older. I never did anything, put it that way. I used to cook, but that was it. My mother was always sickly, so I always had to cook.
Growing up now, I see like a lot of my friends like fighting with their parents and stuff. Did you fight with your parents, or were you kind of like?
My parents, no, my parents would have kicked my ass. So they would have, I would have been disowned. But no, I used to kill my brother and sister, but other than that.
But did like a lot of other families like have fights between the kids and?
Yeah. My father would frighten me if, or my mother would. She used to hit us with a hairbrush.
Food shopping is like a major part in today's life, obviously to eat. But
back then,
how is it different from when you were a kid?
my father did the food shopping, and I never saw him go food shopping.
So
he did it while we were out. I don't know when he went food shopping. I never knew my father to go food shopping, but he's the one that always did food shopping. My mother never went out of the house.
So a lot of teenagers now have like jobs and.
I worked at Mr. Donuts.
Mr. Donuts?
Down the Fells Way.
Yeah, what was like, how was like being, like how was working different from back then as to?
It was the same thing. You made coffee and you gave donuts and that was it. But it was like 69 cents a dozen donuts.
What was like your pay though?
Oh, $1 a day maybe?
Oh, it was paid by like the day or?
It's an hour, I think. Maybe it was $1 an hour, $1.75 an hour. It wasn't much. But it was enough to get by back then. You couldn't live on it, but I mean, you could make money to buy clothes.
So it's a part-time job, you're not supposed to live on it. How are like clothing stores and hardware stores in different places to shop different from when you were a teenager to like now?
We didn't have the malls.
You had individual stores.
They had malls, but they were in town. You had to go in downtown Boston to go to the malls. I mean, to go to big shopping centers. Then we had the one at Memphis Square, and the food store was down at Haines Square, and the hardware store was down at Haines Square. They didn't have food. We didn't have those fast food things like you kids do. They didn't come in until later, until my kids came. Like McDonald's and stuff, we didn't have McDonald's until later. Until after I was, I can remember going to the first McDonald's Burger King with Kevin, trying to take Kevin. Kevin's mother would not be taken. That was not a good thing for him.
So going on to more of a health topic, when you were growing up, how often did you visit the doctors? Did you have like a yearly physical or?
No, you went when you had to go. It was only when you were sick, and you went to a family practice doctor that did everything. He looked at your skin, he told you if anything was wrong, then they'd send you in town to a specialist.
So like.
And they used to come to the house if you were sick.
So would they always be coming to the house, or would you?
No, you go to the doctor's office if you weren't sick. Be like you checkups or whatever the hell you had.
So they still had like yearly physicals and stuff?
I don't think they were yearly though. I think they were like every 2 or 3 years. Once you started school, you had to get a checkup before you got all your shots before you went to school.
Before you went to like a new school?
No, before you went to school first, like the first grade, you had to get all your. You should have gotten them when you were a baby, but back then you had to make sure you had everything. You had a physical before you went to school. Then you had to have a physical again, probably when you were in 5th grade or 6th grade.
And you changed to like the next school?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So it's kind of like every school you went to.
You had to get a new thing so that the nurse would have a clean thing saying you were healthy.
Okay. So nowadays there are different types of doctors. You kind of said earlier that they were all together, but do they have like...
They had them if you had problems, but I don't know. I never went to one.
So it's just like in case you needed it?
Yeah. If you had a problem with your skin or something that was or something really bothering you. My mother used to go to all the different lung doctors and stuff, but we never went to them.
But did they have like big hospitals, or was it just like small doctor's offices?
Doctor's offices. And if you, like my mother, when she had her, that was when she had a heart attack. She only went to Malden. It was only up the street, so it wasn't anything big to go to the hospital. We used to go there and play at the playground. We used to go Louis picking up by the hospital. I don't know. I don't think we had other kind of doctors. If they did, I didn't know about it.